Hi, hello, good morning, and welcome to this week's serving of Mickey Waffles, a Disney podcast where we cover everything from parks, movies, and merchandise. My name's Sinead.
My name's Kate. Hi, guys. How's it going?
I'm good, Kate. How are you?
Disney's pissing me off.
Yeah, I feel like less than a minute in, we kind of need to just put up front that this is probably going to be quite the ranty episode.
Not necessarily negative, just ranty.
Yeah, there we go. It might not be all doom and gloom.
Maybe. No guarantees.
Yeah. So it's been 2 weeks, KP. How are you? What have you been up to?
Absolutely nothing. I've just been working. I worked 6 days in a row.
Oh.
Had to negotiate with my sister to take one of my shifts, so I wasn't working 8 days in a row.
Oh, Jesus.
She took it from me though.
Shout out to Ellen. Good one.
Yeah. Shout out. Bless her little heart. She had to give up her nail appointment.
Oh.
I said I'd pay for her nails the next time she got them done. She refused. So like I just want to put it out there. I did offer.
Nice.
Because I was very grateful for the day of sleep.
Excellent.
But yeah. Nothing really overly exciting. Went to the cinema. Saw Dazed and Confused.
Okay.
It was okay. I think it's one of those cult classic-y ones, but I just didn't quite get it.
Okay.
It was just a lot of abuse and like hardcore bullying.
Did you leave Dazed and Confused?
Yeah, kind of. And then I'm wondering, is that why it's called Dazed and Confused?
Was this in the Lighthouse?
Yeah, it was. It was part of their summer of fun thing. I wanted to go see 10 Things I Hate About You, but it was on the wrong time and it was also sold out.
Adore.
So I couldn't.
Adore that movie.
Because I went with the girls from work and we finished at 7, so it had to be a show time after 7.
Fair.
So I was like, this one's on. Do you want to go see this? And they were like, sure.
Nice.
I had to try it. They were like, what is it? I was like, oh, it's from the 90s. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
Ooh.
But it was really interesting because one girl's from Argentina and the other girl is from Brazil. And they were like, it was about like American high school, and they just kept asking me questions during the movie. They're like, what is that? Where are they? What is this supposed to be?
Oh my
I was
God.
like, you have to stop asking questions. I was like, we are in the movies.
This is not good cinema etiquette. Please, please
I was
be
like,
shush.
please stop talking. I was like, I can answer all your questions at the end of the film.
Oh my God. Gas.
But yeah, other than that, nothing too exciting, to be honest. Just been working and sleeping. Made a rhubarb crumble the other week. Ooh. That turned out quite well.
I bloody love rhubarb. I feel like rhubarb doesn't get the hype that apple does, but I bloody love rhubarb.
It was rhubarb that was just going to waste in work, and so I was like, I had everything else already at home to make it, so it seemed like a great use of rhubarb that was gonna go in the bin otherwise.
Excellent.
Ed's mum said she really liked it, so I guess that's a winner.
Oh, always.
That's all I really wanted. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much it.
Nice.
I feel like something exciting happened, but I don't think it did.
I don't know.
No, I don't think it did. I just made that up in my head. It's just been fine. How about you?
Yeah, I'm good. I had a week off from work last week, which was so nice. So nice. I am getting my second vaccine tomorrow as we're recording, so I get to get up at the arse crack of dawn and get to UCD, so that'll be fun. But I'm honest, like, I'm so happy to just like have it done and out of the way. Although I am mildly concerned because everyone's like, that second dose hits hard, and I'm like, oh, cool.
Yeah, Ed got his yesterday, and he was fine during the day, but he's been pretty crappy.
Yeah.
Today. He's like, it just feels like someone keeps punching me in the forehead. And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. I was chatting to my friend Alva, and she described it as feeling like a bag of wet sand.
Yeah, no, that's a really good description. It's kind of just, you just feel a bit...
Yeah. So, I'm not overly looking forward to that. I'm supposed to be running training tomorrow, so we'll see how that goes. And as to whether I'm alive enough for that, but sure, it'll be grand. I've also been to the cinema, which I'm so excited about. I hadn't been in... The last thing I'd seen in the cinema was Onward, just before everything shut down for the pandemic.
God, that movie feels like it was released like 5 years ago.
Genuinely. And if I never watch it again, that's fine. We went to the Lighthouse and saw Big Trouble in Little China, wackadoodle movie. It's really good though. It's Kurt Russell, John Carpenter movie. Has a very young Kim Cattrall in it. But I highly enjoyed it. It was bloody hilarious. And it was just so nice being back in the cinema. Especially being back in the Lighthouse. I love the Lighthouse. The Lighthouse is great. So, yeah. Although we didn't quite realise. So, the movie got out at 20 to 11. I can't remember which it was.
You definitely didn't get a Lewis or a dart. You're so far away from the dart.
Exactly. And the last dart out to Greystones is at 11:05. And the Lewis wasn't running. So as a result, we all were. But we made it with, I think it was about 7 minutes to spare, which I was quite pleased about. But
That's a lot of time.
Yeah. We it was very stressful trying to navigate through town of an evening, and it was like a bank holiday weekend, and there was just an awful lot of drunk people, and the boardwalk is just the hell on earth. So got to see some sights, but we made it, so that was nice. But yeah, it was so nice being back in the cinema. I hadn't realised how much I'd missed it, so now I'm trying to figure out what we should go see next. There's a couple of things coming out that I want to go see, but yeah.
I think we're going to try and go to the IFI this Sunday because they're showing Coda.
Oh, nice.
And I want to see Coda for ages until I realised that it was only being released in the film festival last year for grading, and it wasn't actually coming out to the public for another year.
Oh.
Because I was like, where can I watch this? I want to watch this. I really want to watch this. But it's out this weekend. But because it's an independent film, we have to go to the IFI.
Oh, okay.
Because it's on Apple Movies or select cinemas. So
fair.
Hopefully we go to the IFI to see it. I'm really excited because I've wanted to see it for a year, and it's meant to be fantastic.
Nice.
And it's mad though because it's when they were advertising it in America, they were it's about deaf people, but they were every showing has open captions, and I'm wow, interesting that it's so easy to just offer that. Mad that, isn't it?
Right. Honestly.
They were guaranteed captioning. Wow, crazy.
Wild. Absolutely wild.
Imagine that. Imagine having accessibility for all for social activities. Anyway.
What a novel idea. Have you watched Jungle Cruise?
Yes.
What did you think?
I liked it.
Yeah.
I know some people aren't too hot about it, but I liked it. Ed was like, oh, this is Pirates of the Caribbean. I was like, yes, because it's supposed to be.
Yes.
He was like, oh, it's just yeah, I was like, yeah, that's exactly what he wanted to do. And he was like, oh, okay, well then, yeah, fair enough. He did a great job.
Entirely fair. I really enjoyed it. I mean, I love Emily Blunt. I love Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
I thought Emily Blunt was fantastic.
She's so great in it. So great in it. I thought it was fun. It did kind of lose its way a little bit, and I was getting a bit confused.
Yeah. My only thing was that it was a little bit long.
Yes, I agree.
I don't think it needed to be as long as it was. I think there was a couple of scenes that could have easily been cut, and the film would have made perfect sense still.
Yes.
But because Ed's mum and nieces watched it, and they were like, oh, it was just full of crappy jokes and blah blah blah, and I was like, but that's the ride.
Yeah,
you've missed the point.
Yeah.
I was like, you've missed the point, put it away. No, I'm not listening to anything else you've said, because the dad jokes in that movie were fantastic.
Yeah, when we started watching it, it was the first dad joke in, I had to turn to Adam and I was like, context, this is what the Jungle Cruise ride is. The horrible jokes are part and parcel of it. They should be there. Just go with it. And he was like, okay, fair. But I suppose if you don't have that context of understanding that is the bread and butter of Jungle Cruise, then you would kind of be like, huh? Did you go to watch it, or did you do what we both did for Black Widow?
Yeah, I stole Sandy's password again. Yeah. Just sort of watch it. Thanks, Sandy. I love you.
Yeah. Sandy was like, hey, we've got this on Premier Access.
To be
if
fair,
anyone wants it. So I was like,
to be
here's
fair,
the fiver. You're still logged in on the TV.
Advertised.
Yes.
Sandy advertised, and I was like, Sandy, I still have your password. Okay, thanks, bye.
Yeah, no. I texted her on. She sent the message into the group chat, and I just turned to Adam, and I was like, fancy watching Jungle Cruise? He was like, yeah. I was like, I'm a Revolution fiver. You're still logged in on the TV. Okay, thanks, bye.
Yeah, I make sure I log in. I make sure I log in on my phone because we're logged in with Sky on the TV, and I don't want to mess that up. And I'm afraid that's going to get stuck. So I'll just get my phone. I'll just cast it.
Yeah, fair.
But yeah, FYI, as long as Disney doesn't stop that whole, you can't watch this on more than one screen. It's a great way to use Premier Access.
100%. I'm more than happy to pay, and I'm aware this makes me, whatever. Like, I'm more than happy to pay a $5. Initially with Black Widow, I tried to send Sandy a tenner and she refused and sent me back a $5.
Same.
Like, would quite happily.
Here you go. She was like, I sent it all back. I was like, what?
I was like, I will quite happily pay like a tenner for Premier Access. It's just that bit too expensive for me to be like, I'm willing to do this, because I would rather just go to the cinema if that was the case.
See, because €22 is like a Blu-ray disc.
Yes.
And you get something physical, and there's usually bonus features, and Blu-rays are nice to collect if you're into that. But I'm not paying €22 to just have access to it virtually. Yeah. Or digitally.
But see, my whole thing, I was like, I wouldn't want the Blu-ray, because I'm like, it's just more plastic boxes that I don't need, and I've become acutely aware of how many plastic boxes and bits of plastic I just seem to own. But it's kind of like, oh, you pay €22, and then like a month down the line, I would have just had it for free anyways.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I like this divide and conquer setup that we all have.
Yeah, a $5 is just way more justifiable. Yeah. It's like a coffee. I'm like, who's gonna know?
Exactly. It's fine.
But then again, I'd happily go to the cinema and pay €12 for a ticket.
But that's an experience. It's not just like 100%. Sat at home. So no. So we have the Apple TV on the big TV downstairs, and that's linked to my account, and then the actual app on the TV, it has Sandy's. So
nice.
Okay, thanks, Sandy. You're great. We love you.
Yeah, just FYI, Sandy, if you just keep buying these, I'm going to keep watching them, just saying. Just want to put that out there. That's just going to happen. As long as you don't change your password, we're all good.
Also, actually, we may as well give Sandy a plug. I know Sandy paints the jackets. We've had Sandy on about 15,000 times. I will leave a link to Sandy's Instagram page in the show notes. Sandy normally does custom jackets, but I think the plan is in the next few weeks she's going to start doing some kind of ready to purchase jackets. So
ready to buy. She's
going to do up some kind of classic characters, and you'll just be able to pick them up from her shop. So she's immensely talented. Get one.
I bought a jacket. I need to somehow get it to her, and then pay her to paint it.
Nice.
Haven't thought about it in the slightest. It was a very cheap denim jacket that fits well, and I was like, hello. I know what you'll be for at some stage.
There we go.
So yeah, I think that's enough of our lives.
Yeah, true. Shall we get on with a bit of news?
Yes, there's so much of it. So, starting with DLP, I'm going to start with what we've been talking about for what feels like ever, but has finally come to light. Disney Premier Access, not on Disney Plus, but in DLP. The new FastPass system, the paid FastPass, it soft opened like last week, and it's basically just here now. So it's quite outrageous, as we thought.
Pricey.
It €15 to get onto Buzz Lightyear. €15. Obviously, but even Autopia, €8 for Autopia, but then €9 for Hyperspace Mountain, or €8 for Star Tours.
Yeah.
€12 for Big Thunder Mountain, €15 for Peter Pan's Flight. €15 for Peter Pan's Flight.
It's such a short ride.
It is the most money-grabbing fiasco I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah.
That is £60 for a family of 4 to get on Peter Pan's Flight in FastPass.
I worked it out, and if you were to have paid to use Premier Access on every single one of those rides, for one person to go on each of those rides once was €94.
No.
€94.
That's nearly a ticket.
Literally.
That's an at the gate ticket, basically.
Yeah. I've seen, now I haven't seen this confirmed anywhere, but I have seen rumours that the plan is to potentially bring this into effect for shows and stuff.
And meet and greets.
Yeah. Now, and I said this in the group chat, if I could pay to get a slot that I just had to walk up to Mickey and the Magician, honestly, I potentially would, because the Mickey and Magician holding pen drains my soul. I hate it.
See, I just don't think I would. I feel like, out of principle, I can never give money to this system because it's disgusting.
Fair.
I just hate it so much.
Yeah.
I just think it's so wrong. Like, even, like, they've put signs outside of the attractions. So, like, can't wait to fly to Neverland. Skip the regular queue with Disney Premier Access. Book your time slot on Disneyland Paris app or at City Hall or Studio Services. Limited availability. Nowhere on that sign does it say you have to pay.
That's very true.
So you walk up, you see that sign, you're like, oh, FastPass. Great, yeah, this is just an advertisement for FastPass on my phone. Great. I'll scan the QR code. Boop, boop. What the fuck? €15. Get in the bin.
Yeah. It's...
No, kids, we're not riding that today. Goodbye.
It's outrageous. Now, I haven't seen a whole lot about what the reaction of guests in the park and how, whether people are using it or what. I don't know. I know what everyone assumed was you paid your, say, fucking €15 to go on Peter Pan's flight and you just walked straight on to the ride. Seemingly that is not the case, that you potentially still have to wait. You just don't wait in the queue.
Yeah, it's exact same. Imagine regular FastPass, the way it used to be in the good times before a certain someone. It's the exact same, except you now have to pay to get into that FastPass queue.
Yeah.
So if the queue, basically what it normally used to be, where like if the queue time was an hour, you're probably waiting the FastPass queue maybe 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So you're paying €15 or €12 for Big Thunder Mountain to then still wait 15 minutes to get on the ride. Of course, 15 minutes is basically nothing when it comes to Disneyland Paris.
Yeah.
But that's, like, if I'm paying, I want my butt on that seat immediately.
Especially, like, fucking €15. It's outrageous.
It's so disgusting. I just really hope that... I hate this. I really hope that people vote with their money and don't use this. Because if it goes well, even if it doesn't go well, to be honest, it's definitely coming to America.
Yeah. Like
Walt Disney World. And as it's been said on Twitter, on Instagram, on TikTok even, Americans have Disney Americans and like Disney park goers in America have a stupid amount of money to chuck at Disney. And they will pay for this.
Yeah.
And it will just ruin everything.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people even saying that if it does go down the route of because what it's looking like, if they are going to use it for shows and stuff, it'll be those like MasterCard tickets that you used to be able to reserve for free if you had a MasterCard card. And it'll potentially be used to take away like the infinity spots for the parade or the infinity spots for the fireworks and stuff like that. So it'll just kind of erode away from what you get with your AP and stuff like that. And I had a real rant earlier. I was out for a walk with Adam and I had a real rant about it. And I know it's something that I've mentioned on the podcast before, that like beforehand, if like once you got into the park, once you paid your money into the park, how much money you had in your back pocket, the only thing it impacted was maybe the kind of food you got, whether you went to Casey's Corner and got a hot dog or whether you went to Be Our Guest and had a stupid amount of money sit down dinner that was probably shite. Like that was kind of the only real difference to your overall experience. For most guests, yes, there were people that could afford like VIP tours and stuff, but not everybody was doing that. Because you kind of had to have, like, celebrity level money. Like, that wasn't just people that were kind of wealthy. Like, you had to have stupid money to pay for a VIP tour. So that was a very limited capacity. It wouldn't have impacted your average guest's day. But once you got into those park gates, the amount of money you had in your back pocket did not impact your ability to see shows, to go on rides, to meet characters. Not at all. Everyone was on a level playing field. And they are just consistently taking that away. And it's so gross.
Considering how easy of a park Disneyland Paris in particular was, it was such a simple park.
Yeah.
And the FastPass system was so simple. It took you like 5 minutes to think about the best way to use it. and then you were there, you knew what you were doing, and they've just made it awful, and I just hate it.
And even then, like, we've both gone to DLP numerous times. More often than not, we would maybe use 1, max 2 fast passes a day, if even.
Yeah, the only reason, we've said it, we're just repeating ourselves, but like, we'd maybe grab a fast pass for Space Mountain, walk on Star Tours, and then by the time we're at Star Tours, we can then walk on to Hyperspace Mountain.
Yeah.
Or, in my case, get as many fast passes as possible for Tower of Terror, so I could just loop it real quick, and we could just get that out of the way.
Yeah.
Like, just that. But, like, I just don't think that DLP gets, apart from high summer, I don't think DLP gets busy enough for this to be warranted even a system.
No, but as a lot of people are
like,
saying, it's just DLP's the unfortunate petri dish testing ground for everyone else.
But as well, I just don't think that you can compare DLP to either Disneyland California or Walt Disney World.
No.
Like, things that work or don't work in Disneyland Paris. They saw, like, I don't know, I just think they're being really stupid. Like, even to the point when they made Disneyland Paris, or Euro Disney at the time, and they didn't serve alcohol anywhere.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, why can't I have a glass of wine with my meal? And they were like, oh, because it's Disney, we don't do alcohol. And they were like, but this is France, and we do.
Yeah.
Like, and they automatically had to change because they just weren't thinking about the crossover.
Yeah.
And I just feel like they're doing it again, but the opposite way around. And I'm just like, I don't like it.
It's just, I don't know. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. But as and when we see updates and stuff about it, we will let you know, I guess. I don't know. Another DLP update. So DLP report, have been posting about this the last couple of days, is mobile order has launched in a couple of places.
Made me like laugh out loud in public.
So currently it's only in 2 places. It's in Cafe Hyperion and Casey's Corner. The locations that have mobile order pop up in the app. And I had to laugh at the fact where it's like, order food now and pick up later. Place your order in 8 steps. Is that not the most DLP thing in the world? Like 8
steps.
So you pick where you are, you pick what time you want to pick it up, whether you want to dine in or pick it up, that you can pick your time. You can also add your AP discount in it, and allegedly they don't actually check. Again, haven't done it myself, just what I saw.
Oh my god.
And you can add your food, and then once you get there, you just click, there's a separate order for mobile order pickup, and you just say, hi, hello, I'm here. But in the most DLP thing in the fucking world, mobile order only works for guests with a French phone number and billing address. And as DLP report have said, name a more Disneyland Paris thing.
And a French credit card or debit card.
I would assume so.
So like, it's just what's the point?
It's only for
like,
the French.
Only for the French, which like I get it, but also
I don't get it.
I don't get it.
Like, I know France has real strict and real wackadoodle cards rules and crap like that. But, like, honestly, why bother? Why bother? Because you're just going to have people that don't have a French billing address, don't have a French phone number, don't have a French card, trying to use it, and they just won't be able to. That's just going to be a shit show.
And then they'll just get frustrated, and then they'll walk in, and the French people, cast members at Cafe Hyperion will be like, no, you stupid person, of course you can't use it. Why are you asking me this stupid question? Just order now.
Yeah.
You're here, order now. That's going to be it.
Yeah.
I just, considering mobile order in America is so simple, you just
so
are
seamless.
like, here's my card, and they're like, okay, we'll take your money, cool.
Ridiculous.
Is Small World will enter a lengthy refurbishment on September 27th, 2021. No reopening time frame has been announced so far. So, if you want to be on It's a Small World in the next 3 to 4 years, I suggest you get on it before September 27th.
I'm so sad. I'm genuinely a little bit devastated that I won't get to go on it. But it's also why would you? Because let's call Space Bait. It ain't gonna be open before the 30th. Like, unless Small World is in real bad condition. Also, why have you not done it within the last year? When you were closed for the bulk of the fucking year. But, like, why would you close one of the most iconic and quintessentially Disney rides the year that your park is probably going to get the most attention because it's the 30th anniversary of it? Like, why?
Someone put here, they were like, what about Space Mountain? And I'm like, you're totally right. Why are we refurbing all of these other rides that are working what appears to be quite seamlessly, while when you walk through Space Mountain, it's still got the theming of Mission 2.0.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
if you're going to stick with Hyperspace Mountain, stick with it.
But for fuck's sake, change the theming in the queue.
Yeah, it really wouldn't be that difficult, like.
No, I really don't think they'd have to close it for long or put a lot of money into it.
No. Slap a bit of Star Wars everywhere, be around.
Apparently we're just happy with the way it is.
Yeah. And then just a final thing for DLP. So currently there are no park reservations left for August. The park reservations for October still have not opened. You cannot book restaurants for October. And also from speaking to both Sandy and Andrea, you cannot currently book privilege tickets for September. No one really knows why, but
I just don't understand how this has all happened, because COVID didn't make them all stupid.
No.
Like, it just seems like they all clocked off for a year and a half while we were in the height of COVID, like height of COVID. Yeah. And now they've all come back and forgotten how to do their jobs.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's just, it's truly baffling. I've never, in all my years of being a Disney fan, I've never seen this kind of like wackadoodle way of this park working.
It's wild.
And that's saying something for DLP.
It's just bizarre.
Disney is just screaming to me at the moment, don't give us money.
Yeah.
We don't want it. Stay away. We're going to make this as difficult as possible for you to get in. Spend your money somewhere else.
Yeah. Yep. And
I don't know why.
Couple of things we're going to discuss, so we'll just further confirm that.
So finishing off in Paris, we're moving stateside. Oh Jesus, where will I start? Which one of these delightful stories will I pick? You know what, let's start with an okay one. The 50th anniversary merchandise for Walt Disney World Resort has been showcased. It's ugly.
Some of it's cute.
But of how much there is, about 15% of it is cute.
I was even just going to go 10.
Oh, okay, fair.
Although the soap dispenser is cute.
Now, if that's there, when and if I go, I will be buying it, because it has been something I've wanted from the Asian parks for so long.
Yeah. And
they didn't have it when I went that one time, because they were only just like new into they obviously had them in the bathrooms, like in Disney, but as a guest purchasable item, it didn't exist yet.
True.
I just love them. I think they're so funny. They're so cute. And I just think they're so simple and so cute.
Very cute.
So the soap dispenser's nice. They have like 3 spirit jerseys, I think.
Yeah.
So there is that pink one that we talked about before, which is still not great.
No.
There is blue. Oh, there's actually a couple. There's this blue one that says the world's most magical celebration on the back.
Yeah.
With, like, the 50th castle. It's awful. I don't like it.
Yeah, no, me neither.
And then there's one with the same design that just says Walt Disney World. If I'm going to get one, it's most likely going to be that one.
Yeah. It's like a rose gold, and from the front, it looks like it just has the castle and says Walt Disney World. So
yeah, like it actually looks like a pleasant colour.
Yeah.
That will work with things. And then I don't think it's in this pitch. Oh no, it is. These god awful like corduroy matching tracksuits that are also kind of spirit jersey-esque. They're disgusting.
Awful. They're so awful. I have to say, neither of the like new, because that's part of the like Lux logo range or some fucking shit like that. None of that intrigues me. The merch that intrigues me is the stuff in the middle. So they're going to be re-releasing merchandise that looks like the merchandise that was released the year it opened. That shit is cute. There's a real cute little yellow ringer tee that has Mickey Mouse on it and says Walt Disney World and has a little picture of Florida. Big fan of that.
Yeah, I really like that. And I'm actually a big sucker for I can't buy them because I have too much
plush.
But the original plush, it doesn't
faces.
look creepy. It looks cute. And I'm happy that it doesn't look creepy because I assume they have still modernized that a tiny bit because I know for a fact that 50-year-old Mickey Mouse did not look like that. He was a bit haggard. But like there's this really disgusting like print short-sleeved shirt for men that's awful.
Oh, and there's another Spirit jersey.
Yeah, the like white one.
Yeah.
That's probably nice, but I probably won't buy it. I like the ear hat to a certain extent. I don't like the ears.
They're weird.
I like... yeah, that's it. It's like they've been sewn on incorrectly. Because I like the hat bit. I think the hat bit's cute. Yeah. It says the world's most magical celebration. But the ears are really putting me off. I don't like the photo frame. I don't like that pass holder top, which is kind of like tie-dyed. Not my vibe. I like that grey t-shirt that girl's wearing with the little pink Mickey Mouse on it.
Yeah, that's cute. Iridescent.
That tumbler is definitely going to be about $50. So, absolutely not. But also, these are like pre-collection must-haves. So, I'm kind of worried that they won't be there.
Yeah, I've no idea.
For a long time.
Are they up on Shop Disney already? Let me have a look.
It's like they said coming.
Parks. Oh.
Select items will be on shopdisney.com.
Oh.
What?
Sorry, I went onto the website and there's little pumpkin ears and they are the cutest thing in the world. Not what we're looking for right now.
So it's like they've got like 3 different collections. So you've got like pre-collection, then celebration collection, and the Disney Castle collection, Vault collection, and then that Mank Lux logo one.
Yeah.
It just feels like there's been a lot of thought and work gone into this, and what has come out of it is disgusting.
It feels like too much thought has gone into this, and it's something that me and Alva used to always say this when I worked for Vans, with a lot of the Vans collections that have come out. They just went a step too far. Like, you know when people say before you leave the house, take off a piece of jewellery or take off an accessory or something like that? Because it can be too much. Like, Vans are very guilty of doing that. Now, in saying that, like, I have a pair of Mickey and Minnie slip-ons that are checkerboard, have flames on the side, and then big pictures of Mickey and Minnie on them. They're too much. They are far too much, but I got them for a ridiculous discount. And I just ignore the fact that there are flames on them. All of these collections very much seem like if they just took a step back, if that Lux thing wasn't corduroy,
perfect. If that was just like plain black, even
perfect. But they just went a step too far with everything.
But also like corduroy in Florida.
Like literally all these photos, people are wearing fucking hoodies and jackets, and I'm like, where are you? Like what?
I do like, now this is like the tourist in me, I like just like the classic family logo one, which like they do for all of their celebrations. So it's like Mickey in front of the castle, and it's like Walt Disney World 50th.
Yeah.
And like you see them all the time on like Depop and stuff, where it's like for the 25th, the 26th, the 27th. I like that. And it's kind of like gradiented. But I think I like that because it's something that they do. It's just a classic numbered t-shirt that they do for every celebration.
Yeah.
But like there's this like weird iridescent princess dress, an iridescent bomber jacket.
The yellow hoodie looks kind of cute.
Yeah, I was thinking that, yeah.
I do love a bit of yellow.
The yellow hoodie is nice. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see this when it actually comes to the park. There's definitely a dress there. There's definitely a Dooney and Burke.
There's probably going to be several lounge flies.
I'm just hoping they release another set of ears, maybe. There's ears in the picture that aren't in a close-up, and I can't see them. but I think they're cuter than the other ears.
Yeah.
I think they've got the style of the soap machine.
Yeah.
The soap pump.
Yeah.
And also, if I was a photo frame person, that photo frame is cute.
Oh, it's ridiculous. I love it.
But you'd have to have it be pretty memorable photo to put it in that.
Yeah.
Because it would need to be a big thing, because it's ridiculous.
Yeah, 100%.
So yeah, that's about as positive as we're gonna get. So some nice things there.
Yeah. I'll move over to Disneyland next. So we spoke about it sometime last year when Disney announced that they were getting rid of the annual pass program in the Disneyland Resort. People lost their goddamn minds about it, and now they've come back with a new one called the Magic Key system. I'll go through the different keys and stuff. Overall, what I've seen from people online, from like Disneyland people, but also I watched the Diz did a whole episode where they were talking about it. Everyone seems quite happy with it because there isn't a major price jump, which I think is what people were
Worried
anticipating. So the most expensive key is called the Dream Key, and this is $1,399, which is a lot of money, but it is what it is. But if you are a California resident, you can do monthly payments, which also a lot of people thought they were going to get rid of, but you can still do. So if you want to do the monthly payments, it's $179 up front and then whatever else after. So the Dream Key is $102 per month. So you can hold up to 6 park reservations at a time. You get 20% off merchandise, 15% off food and beverage, and you get your parking included. I don't think the reservation thing is ever going away in any of the Disney parks.
No, because I think they've realised that it's a really easy way to keep making a lot of money.
Exactly. Because if it's like, say, peak summer and you're a Dream Key holder and you've booked your 6 days, by the time you get to use them and you can't book any more, you're paying, $102 per month to maybe only be able to go 6 times.
6 times, yeah. Yeah.
I get it. So next step down is the Believe Key, which again, $179 up front and then $65 per month. This, you also get 6 park reservations that you can hold at a time, 10% off merchandise, 10% off food and beverage, and then 50% off theme park parking. I think with the two of them, you really need to add up how much you're going to spend on parking, what on average you spend food-wise and merchandise-wise, because there's 400 quid in the difference. Would you make that up with discounts over the year? Who knows? Then there's the Enchant Key, so you can have 4 park reservations at a time. This one is $40 per month after the upfront payment. 10% off merchandise, 10% off food and beverage, nothing to do with parking. And then they have the Imagine Key, which is for Southern California residents. This is $19 per month. And you can have 2 park reservations at a time, 10% off merchandise and 10% off selected food and beverage. So these are available to purchase after August 25th. And then it does say at the very, very bottom of the article that Walt Disney World annual passes will be coming back soon and will be in place before the start of the 50th celebration. So it'll be sometime before October 1st.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be interesting to see what way that goes. So yeah. But again, as I've said, most things I've seen have been overwhelmingly positive.
Yeah, I mean, I never had a Disneyland annual pass, so
Yeah.
it's very difficult for me to comment on it. But yeah, from what I've heard, people are pretty happy with it. Mm-hmm. So that's good, I guess. Something grates on me that they haven't just called it annual passes, because I suppose they can't call it annual passes because there's reservations in there, so it's not an annual pass. It's it is kind of like a key. Like, you can sometimes get in.
Yeah.
If you have the right key.
Yeah. And it's not specified in the kind of breakdown that's on Disney Parks blog. I'm sure it's in the terms and conditions down below, but certain passes obviously will have blackout dates. Yeah. And they will, I think the top pass doesn't have any blackout dates, so again, you'd have to factor that in. But I mean, I always gauge whether I should be like annoyed at Disney about what Disney World or Disneyland thinks that I'm not sure about, as to whether Pete from the Diz is annoyed at something, and he seemed pretty happy with it, so I'll take it.
All right, okay, yeah. Well, I have no other. I'm glad that they brought it back quick enough. I was worried that they were going to leave it too long.
Yeah.
And just piss people off, but yeah, I guess I'm glad that they have thought of something, but also it's interesting to see how quickly they've come up with it. I'm like, were you already planning on doing this, or
oh yeah,
did you?
I
just
think this
have
has been
it
in the works for a while, and COVID just gave them the perfect excuse.
Yeah. So yeah, that's Magic Key. Also very interesting to see what's going to happen with Disney World when they announce whatever the fuck's going on there. But I assume they're going to announce their annual pass thing along with their new fast pass system, because they can't have new annual pass holders back and no fast passes, because that'll just be, even if like paid or not, they have to do something.
Yeah.
So then in wild news, the Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser, there was details released for the price.
Yes.
So I just like to preface this with, when they released this, they then had to clarify that it doesn't actually go to space.
Genuinely.
There was people questioning if this actually went to the moon.
I can't. How are people so stupid?
You know, I've worked in retail 7 years now, and it didn't surprise me. So, a sample for standard cabin rates. Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser rates vary depending on your voyage departure date, the number of guests in your cabin, and your cabin type. We look forward to sharing more details about what you'll be able to book this experience at a later time. So this is basically just like ground level. This is maybe kind of what you can expect. So, for starting 2 guests per cabin, I'm just going to do the totals. It's $4,809 for the full voyage for 2 guests. For 3 guests, which is 2 adults and 1 child, $5,299.
Yeah.
And for 4 guests, which is 3 adults and 1 child, because that makes sense, is $5,999. Keeping in mind, all packages are a 2-night experience.
They are 36 hours.
Like, not even 2 days, not even 48 hours. No. It is a 2-night experience. However, package includes entry to Disney's Hollywood Studio for 1 day on day 2 of your experience.
Yeah.
The admission ticket expires at midnight prior to departure and is non-upgradable, non-transferable, non-refundable.
Do you want to hear something else?
Yeah.
I decided to work out. So $4,809 for 36 hours. How much are you paying per hour?
Per hour? Oh, excellent. Is it like $50-something?
$133.58 before
per hour.
Tax.
And think how much of that you're going to be sleeping.
Yeah, like if you sleep, even if you sleep 7 hours, right, for 2 nights, you are spending nearly $2,000 to sleep in a really small room. And like, this is like the starting from, this is the ground level. These are like the real small rooms with the tiny little bunk beds, which they're seemingly saying that adults can fit in those bunk beds.
Don't believe it. So there's standard cabins, Grand Captain Suite, Galaxy Class Suite. Yeah. So a standard cabin sleeps 4 to 5 passengers, a queen bed, 2 berths, which are the bunk beds, for 1 adult each, and a wall pull-down bed for 1 adult if sleeping 5. Interactive TV, H2O plus spa, bath and shower products.
Beautiful.
Well, I'd fucking hope you're providing me shampoo and conditioner if I'm paying $5,000.
Honestly.
Wow, what a luxury. A safe, a hairdryer, a mini fridge. Wow. Then a Grand Captain Suite can sleep up to 8, 2 queen beds, 2 berths, and 2 wall pull-out beds. I just feel like if you're having 8 people in that room, there's no way there's enough room for you to actually all be in there and asleep at the same time.
Can you imagine how like, I know it's 36 hours, but can you imagine how compact having 8 people in that is?
No way. Then there's the Galaxy Class Suite. So 1-bedroom Galaxy Class Suites feature a living space complete with an integrated seating area and have all the comforts of standard cabins plus a double vanity bathroom, bar area, 2 windows with views out into space, and a few extra Star Wars surprises. Sleeps 4, queen bed, 2 wall pull-down beds, 1 for each adult. But the cabin amenities are the exact same no matter which cabin you stay in. Yeah. So it's not like if you get a suite, you get like an extra coffee machine or an extra this. They're exactly the same. They're all exactly the same.
Yeah. Wild.
So it's okay. So it's a 2-night stay in a cabin or suite. Ongoing immersive and interactive entertainment where choices determine your experience. Where is the...
If you scroll down, there's the
where is it?
Potential itinerary. Right down the bottom of the article I sent you.
Oh, I can't read that.
If you want, I can read it.
It's so blurry.
So, day 1, you arrive at the terminal at 1 p.m. And then you get in your launch pod to the Starcruiser between 1:15 and 1:30 p.m. You have ship orientation between 1:45 and 2:15 p.m. There will be light refreshments between 3 p.m. and 3:30 p.m. There are sabacc lessons between 3:30 and 4. You have a muster drill between 4 and 4:30. There's a captain's reception between 4:30 and 5. Then between 5:30 and 7 p.m. there is dinner featuring live music. There is the outer rim regalia between 7:15 and 7:30. Then there's and I like that they have this in here, an unexpected story moment that's in the plan. For example, you might prove your mettle to join an elite smuggling ring, hide a stowaway to help the resistance, and this unexpected story moment will be scheduled between 7:30 and 8 p.m. Then there's bridge training between 8 p.m. and 8:45 p.m. And then there's special atrium entertainment between 8:30 p.m. and 8:45 p.m. That's day 1.
Can't believe
scheduled fun
that this is going to work in any way, shape, or form.
I can't.
Especially if you're going to have children,
honestly,
involved. Children will not. If you have one of these things, let's see what we're talking about here, like a muster drill, something like that. If the kids are enjoying it, and you say, "Okay, we're done now. We're going to dinner," no. Yeah. Yeah. That's not happening.
So that's like that's a potential day 1. So day 2, you have breakfast between 7 a.m. and 8 a.m. Which I'm like, if you're paying $5,000, like, don't tell me you have to get up at 7 a.m. for breakfast. If I'm paying $5,000
just for an hour.
For an hour, yeah. So I think so. Craig and Nick did like a bajillion hour show, just purely talking about this. I'll leave the link in the show notes. But like, an hour. I think there's 100 rooms on it. So there's a bare minimum of 200 people could be on it if it's fully booked, but there could be up to like 600-700 people that you're then gonna feed in the space of an hour.
An hour?
No. But anyways, so then at 8:15 to 8:25, you are getting on a shuttle to Batuu. So you, as Kate mentioned, you have your park admission for Hollywood Studios included. You don't go through the main gate. You get brought straight to Batuu. You are guaranteed access to Rise of Resistance if it is up and running between 8:45 and 9:30.
My God, imagine it was broken.
Can you imagine the Karens if Rise the Resistance is broke and they have paid $5,000 to be there?
Well, to be fair, I think we'd all have a valid Karen moment. If I'd paid
100%.
$5,000 and they told me Rise the Resistance was broken, I'd be like, great, I'll take $2,500 back. Thank you very much.
100%. 100%. So then there's also going to be a story moment in Batuu. For example, you might broker a deal for a heist or arrange to steal a ship from the First Order, and that's going to be between 9:30 and 9:50. Then you're going to go on Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run between 10 a.m. and 10:30 a.m. Then you're going to have lunch at Docking Bay 7 between 11:15 and 12:15. Kate has her hand up.
Oh, so as we've discussed, there can be up to 600 people on this.
Yeah. Probably
and
even more.
They're getting everyone through Smuggler's Run in half an hour.
Allegedly.
Are they stopping the entire queue? This makes no sense. I feel like Disney has really tied themselves into a corner here. Now they're like, fuck it, guys. We're just going to go with it.
Yeah. So then after 12:15, I like that they've said 12:15 a.m., not p.m. Well done. Good job, Disney. Good job, Disney Parks blog. Excellent. So then you leave. So you only get the morning in Hollywood Studios. Then they take you back. So you get back on your transport shuttle and you go back to the Starcruiser. Then there's going to be lightsaber training between 1 p.m. and 1:30 p.m. Then there's a droid racing competition between 2:30 and 2:50. Then you're going to build a model ship between 3 and 3:30. There's a sabacc tournament, so you better have been paying attention during your training, between 4 and 5. There'll be cocktails in the Sublight Lounge between 5 and 5:30. Then a taste around the galaxy dinner between 5:30 and 7 p.m. Then there'll be another story moment, so put the heist plan into action, bring the stolen ship on board and watch out for the First Order. And then there'll be a spectacular finale between 10 p.m. and 11 p.m.
Fireworks?
Don't know. But then, your final day, you have your breakfast between 8:30 and 9:30. And then between half 9 and 10, you leave. You're kicked out by 10 a.m.
None of this seems worth $5,000 to me.
Not a single second of it.
And I only say $5,000 because I'd probably be in a cabin with just 2 people.
Like for $5,000, because the only thing for this that I'm like, yeah, is the fact that you don't have to worry about getting a boarding group for Rise of the Resistance. However, take your $5,000, book a fucking VIP tour, split the cost over a bunch of people, and buy shit. Like, don't be doing this.
I would much rather do a VIP tour than this.
Yeah, because you know what? You don't only get to spend, 3-4 hours in the park. You get to spend the whole day in the park. You get to go to different parks. And you know what? You get to do whatever the fuck you want because it's your VIP tour.
You also get free snacky snacks.
Literally.
I just... Purely because out of some fluke, YouTube was like, would you like to watch this person go on a VIP tour? And I was like, yes, I would. And they did like 20-something rides in one day with ease, free snacky snacks. Yeah. They got their food brought to them. It was just looked like such a great time.
Yes.
And that just looks like such a better use of my money than whatever the fuck this is. Because honestly, this sounds like a glorified Disney store event.
Like, it just sounds like mandatory fun.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, none of this sounds like fun.
No.
And it's kind of like, if you're not... Because it's not even like when you go on an actual Disney cruise. Mm-hmm. And they're like, hey, this thing's on at the moment. Or this thing's on at the moment if you'd like to go. Or, like, we have an excursion today if you'd like to go. We can also bump you up to this package if you'd like to do that. It's not like you have an option.
Yeah. Because, like...
It's this is on now, let's go.
Yeah,
we're going.
Like,
come on.
On a Disney cruise, you can get off the ship and go wherever you want. You can go to the pool. Don't even know if this thing has a pool. Probably doesn't. You can go watch a movie.
Dissipate.
Like, you can go and you can have some relaxy time. You can go and you can do as many like fun quizzes and things and you can do whatever you want. But you can also sit by the pool with a cocktail for the whole day.
Or just go back to bed and not wake up at 7 a.m. for breakfast.
Yeah. But I was watching The Diz, because again, Pete did a whole show talking about this, and he is like, Pete has stupid money. And he was like, this thing is the most overpriced thing I have ever heard in my goddamn life. He priced up a Disney cruise where you went to Castaway Cay twice, and it was still cheaper than this. And that was for a concierge level room. And it was still cheaper than this.
That's amazing.
Ridiculous.
Yeah,
Do you know what I would rather do with this? I would rather take the money, go to Disneyland California, stay in the Grand Californian, and then take the Adventures by Disney that brings me to the Lucasfilm Ranch. I would rather do that.
I can think of a million things I'd rather do than this. It just seems like they've put all their money into maybe making sure that all the cast are in good costuming and that they've really overthought this menu. I'm not going to go into it because I think we'll be here for ages, but like all the food is very much like the food in Batuu. It's all like stylized and they're like, ooh, space, Star Wars, ooh, liquid smoke, like all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And I just feel like from what we've said repeatedly about this is if you're not into full-blown role-playing games, you're not going to even enjoy this at all.
Not at all.
And I also don't think your kids are going to enjoy it. Like, even if it was something that you were like, oh, look, this will be so amazing for the kids. Like, our kids fucking love Star Wars. They're so into it. This is going to be an amazing experience. It's something they're going to remember the rest of their lives. I don't think they're going to appreciate being woken up at 7 a.m. to be told they have to eat now.
Yeah.
Because they're not going to eat again until 12 o'clock.
Yeah. But it's also like certain points of Galaxy's Edge, you can see Toy Story Land. If you have kids and they're like, oh my God, I love Buzz Lightyear. Can we go to Toy Story Land? And it's like, no, sorry, we actually have to leave the park now because it's only 12:30.
Also, no, we're on a space tour.
Like,
you can't see Buzz. That's a figment of your imagination.
Now, Craig brought up an interesting point on this. So, climate change is a big thing. Being able to willy-nilly fly around the world is probably not going to be as much of a thing in 10, 20 years, purely due to the sheer impact it's having on the environment. If this worked, Disney could create hotels like this all around the world, and they don't have to have a theme park there. They could base them off different franchises. I'm not saying I would do it.
They'd have to be cheaper than this.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Like, I'm all up now. To be fair, I am all for Disney just having hotels, places that are themed.
Yeah.
Because I'd probably go.
Yeah.
It would probably be nice. Just characters. Okay, don't have a theme park, but just like a cool Disney themed hotel. I'm up for that.
That'd be
no
real
problem.
fun.
Themed hotels are a thing. I ain't paying $5,000 to stay there for 2 nights though.
Yeah, but like clearly that works because Aulani isn't a theme park. It is just a luxury resort. It has characters. You can do character dining. And Aulani is massively popular. They could easily do that elsewhere.
Do you know what? I'd actually prefer if they did that somewhere other than Hawaii, because lately, for some reason, I've been really into like the actual natives of Hawaii and how they're like, please leave us alone. You're ruining where we live.
Yeah.
So I'm like, probably just leave Hawaii alone and let's go somewhere else.
Well, like if they did it in like really cold climates and stuff like that as well. Like, can you imagine like a Frozen themed one in Norway?
Yeah.
Like, shit like that would be amazing, but just not this. Not this. Like, yes, people are going to pay for this. Will I watch vlogs from it? I will hold my hand up.
Oh, 100%.
100%.
Yeah.
I was watching a video from the trackers earlier and Jen's like, 100%, we're going to do this because we want to show you guys what it's like. And I'm like, am I going to rage watch this and just get ridiculously annoyed at the whole thing? Probably. But I'm so curious about it, but never in my life would I pay it.
I think I'd actually rather watch someone throw grapes at something than watch Jen Tracker trying to figure out what the fuck is going on a Star Wars cruise. Yeah. She isn't going to know what the fuck is going on.
No.
But she's gonna be one of those. She's the kind of person that turns around and is like, "Are we in space?" That's her.
But like,
and Jackson's just gonna stand there like, "Please pay attention to me. I'm your son."
But yeah, will I watch vlogs from it? Absolutely.
Yeah.
If I won the Euro Millions in the morning, would I book this? Not a hope. Not a hope. I would rather stay at every single other resort in Walt Disney World, in California, in Paris, in any other Disney park than pay for this.
I'd rather go to any other park. I'd rather go to any other Disney resort. I'd rather stay in any of the high-end hotels.
I'd rather
do
go
all
on
the
an actual cruise.
Do an actual cruise, go on any of the VIP tours, make sure I do all the theme parks in Florida. Like, there are so many other things I would rather do than that.
Then pay
Because
$133.58 an hour to do this.
It just sounds like an introvert's nightmare.
Oh, absolutely. And you're talking to a pair of them.
And I can guarantee you, like, I'm good socially, hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, without a break. Once we hit that 2 hour mark, if you don't give me some kind of break, I'm dead. I'm gone.
Yeah.
You've lost me. I don't care anymore. I'm not giving you energy. I'm going to be in a mood. I need a good 15, 20 minutes minimum to step away from the situation and just think in my own head.
Yeah. 100%.
This doesn't allow for that.
Like,
I could probably be outgoing. I could, do, the unexpected moments. I'd be like, oh my god, we're gonna get him, and all this sort of shit. But, not if you don't give me a break in between.
Yeah.
If it's just go, 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 then no, you've lost me. Sorry.
It's just, I don't know.
And I'll probably end up crying, and then you'll feel bad for taking my $5,000 to make me cry.
I feel like initially, will this probably be busy with all the vloggers and all that kind of stuff that want to do it? Yes. Can I think of a couple ridiculously wealthy Star Wars fans that will probably pay to do this? Yes. Do I think this is going to be a long-term successful project for Disney? No, I don't see how it could be.
And it's such a pity because they've obviously put money into this hotel thing. I wonder, will they end up just turning it into another hotel and just be like, oh, it's a deluxe hotel.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people are thinking, that it'll eventually just become a hotel.
And there won't be any of that,
But you know what? I think they would have been better off creating, a Star Wars version of the Art of Marvel.
Yeah.
But, no, they went the whole other...
Or even just making it a themed hotel with themed cast members and all that sort of stuff. But just basically have it like a cruise, but on land. Give people options of what to do, have different things on at different times of the day.
Yeah.
Stick a show in there.
Yeah.
Have breakfast last longer than an hour. Just kind of that. Just, simple human right things.
It's just... I don't know. I don't understand it. I don't get the appeal for it. It doesn't appeal to me in the slightest. I am not the biggest Star Wars fan. I am not a cosplay fan or anything no. So this doesn't appeal to me in any way, shape or form. I can think of a list as long as my arm of Disney things I would rather spend $5,000 on than going on this. And you know what? Maybe when there's really no news, maybe that's a show we'll do. What would we spend $5,000 on rather than go on the Galactic Starcruiser?
I wonder how many spirit traces I could buy.
Ooh, let me work it out. Hold on. 5,000
divided by 60?
Yeah. Where? Oh, why is this not working? Oh.
Calculator?
Yeah, the zero wasn't working on it. They're $70, aren't they? They're like.
Oh yeah, I suppose with tax.
You could buy 68.7 spirit jerseys.
Wow, that would make me so much happier.
Honestly, and would last so much longer than 36 hours.
Yeah, true that.
36 hours. I can't cope.
It's mad.
As Nick said in that episode that him and Craig put out, even if the cost of this was an hour's wage for me, I still wouldn't pay it.
No. It just doesn't appeal to me. It doesn't look fun. The idea of it sounded fun. Now that they've come out with it, I'm like, not fun. It doesn't sound like fun.
It doesn't even sound like you can leave.
No.
Can you just go to if your kids are looking at all this super colourful galactic food and they're like, I don't want to eat this. Can you just nip outside and just...
chips?
Can you get chicken nuggets and chips? Can you just go to Disney Springs and get a Blaze? Can you leave?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Don't know. I don't know. We had another story to talk about, but I feel like
we're good.
And I'm hoping that by the time we record next, there might be
Next
more
time,
information
more
on this.
physical information. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's currently a big speculation. So
Yeah.
the fact that we're kind of we've got a good episode. I think we're good. I think everyone listening is probably like, okay, we're good now. Thank you.
Because this
will take a time.
This'll
So
pop off.
we'll park it, and hopefully in 2 weeks' time, Disney themselves will have come out with some more robust information because it'll be nearly September then. So
yeah, if in the meantime, so what we're talking about is the rumored plans.
No, it's a secret. No, shh.
But people can do homework if they want. So what we're talking about is the rumored fast pass plans for Disney World that touring plans have put out in the last kind of week. So the
article is called 7 Ways Your Wait in Line at Disney World Are About to Change, if you'd like to read it.
I'll leave it linked in the show notes. If you want to have a read about it and send us your thoughts, either on Instagram
please
or
do.
Twitter
Please.
or email or anything like that, please do. Let us know what you think about it. And we'll read them out on the episode. But yeah, I feel like, because obviously, whilst this doesn't affect me, whatever comes into effect from this can and will affect Kate. So
I'm already, lads, it's just not looking like it's gonna be a fun time anymore. So
we're gonna
I might
wait.
just go to DLP and go with Marvel Hotel instead. Let's see where this goes.
We're gonna wait and have a conversation about that next time.
Also, what we're definitely going to be talking about next time as well. Today was the first night of the Boo Bash.
Yes.
So we'll definitely be talking about the Boo Bash next week as well. So if you guys, not next week, in 2 weeks' time. So if you guys have any thoughts on the Boo Bash, I haven't watched any vlogs yet because they've literally just gone up in the past 18 hours.
Yeah.
If you have any thoughts on it, if you thought it looks like a bit crap for the price, if you think it was interesting that at some parts of Magic Kingdom it said it was sold out and at other parts of Magic Kingdom it was like, come buy tickets. Please just let us know what you think.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I think that's everything.
Yeah, so as he said, if you want to hit us up on Instagram, it's at Mickey Waffles Pod, or we also have a Twitter, it's at Mickey Waffle Pod. I guess we're sometimes on there.
Yeah, occasionally.
If you want to let us know. There's also an email, which I can never remember what it is. Sinead knows it though.
MickeyWafflesPod@gmail.com.
There you go. There you go. So yeah, hit us up if you feel like it. Greatly appreciated.
Absolutely. And if you're listening on an iPhone or an Apple device or your podcast app of choice lets you leave a review, please do. And if it doesn't, then I don't know, recommend us on your socials. That would be very lovely. We would very much
yeah. Appreciate the people who just keep popping us on their stories. It's very cute.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
And if you want to hear more from myself and Kate, Kate of course has Christmas Cracker if you're feeling in the festive vibes. And you can.
We're getting there. It's nearly September.
Wild. And I occasionally pop up on that Universal podcast and Disney Parks and Beyond. So all 3 of the shows are going to be linked in the show notes.
We're all over the bloody internet. But for now, stay safe, wash your hands, and we'll see you in 2 weeks' time.
Bye.
Bye.
This podcast is part of the After Dark Podcast Network.